The size of your life directly impacts how we view certain experiences. Okay, so now you've got you and you've got this small box around you. So it's like, pretend that the size of your life is, for argument's sake, the size of, say, a small one-room apartment. Now, you open up the door and in walks in a Bengal tiger. So your life is the size of this one room or this bachelor apartment, and in walks this big tiger. Now, what is going to be your reaction, your likely response to an event like that? Tiger walks in, you've got this small place, and there's this tiger right there. Chances are it's probably going to be terror. It's going to be super scary, it's going to be traumatic, it's going to be absolute terror and fear-based. And that makes sense. So now that tiger goes out. Now imagine that self-imposed box is gone, and now imagine that your life is actually the size of several football fields wide. And you're sitting up on the bleachers with a pair of binoculars. Now, in walks that Bengal tiger on the exact opposite side of the 3 football fields long, and you can sit up on the bleachers and look at it with your binoculars. Now, exactly the same event, a tiger walks into your bedroom or into your life. But your experience with it could be very different now because you're farther back and you've got more space to be able to experience this new situation. Maybe you actually notice the Bengal tiger's stripes. Maybe you notice the elegance that it moves. Maybe you're looking at the raw beauty of it. Maybe you can appreciate it in a very different way because you've got much more space to be able to handle it. You've got much more space to be able to have a different perspective now to see it with. You've got this lens that changes because you've got this pulled back view of what's going on. You're not sort of right in the middle of it where you can't handle it so much. And so this was the example, was that if our life is feeling very small and contracted, that when new situations pop in, or potentially scary situations, they're going to be felt by a lot of overwhelm, fear response, and worry. But if our life becomes bigger and bigger, it's like we can handle more. And not only do we handle more, but we can see it from a very different perspective. The lens changes. So the same situation, but we have a very different relationship with it because our life can handle more. Okay? This is the importance of why we need to build our life up more and more, make it bigger, and look at the things that are causing our life to contract and get smaller versus the things that allow our life to get bigger and more expansive so that we can have a different relationship with what we experience in the world. So now this comes to the real reality, is that ultimately, according to quantum physics, there really aren't any limits. Sky is the limit. And depending on how much we can work with our thinking and our feeling and our beliefs and our imagination, we can experience more than what we can even contemplate. The potential realities are infinite.